Hello students, today we are going to discuss about transport layer. So at the transport layer, two main protocols are used, TCP and UDP. So we will be discussing about TCP today. TCP is a connection oriented protocol. It is a reliable protocol. Okay, so we will be discussing about the TCP header. So as you all know that at the transport layer, packet is known as segments. Okay, and segment contains two parts, header and data. Data comes from application layer and header is added at every layer. So header is also added at transport layer. So we will be studying about the header in detail today. So let's start. TCP header contains source port number, destination port number. So these are the port numbers which are assigned to application program. For example, if a student is sending an email, so he will use SMTP protocol. SMTP protocol's port number is 25. Okay, so port number uniquely identify the application. Okay, and IP address uniquely identify your device. So the combination of IP address and port number actually defines on which device the data has to be sent and on which application. Okay, so it is a 16-bit port numbers. Next field is acknowledgement. Next is window size, and next field is checksum. Checksum is used because of error detection. As you all know that error can be present while sending the data. For detection of error, checksum is used. Checksum is a technique for error detection at transport layer. Okay, you have to remember this. Next field is window size. So the size of the window is 2 to the power 16 for sender and receiver. Okay, so maximum data which a sender can send is 2 to the power 16 minus 1. Similarly, maximum data which a sender can send is 2 to the power 16 minus 1, for receiver also same. Okay, but it could be less also. For example, if a sender only wants to send 14,600 byte of data and receiver also can send 10,000 bytes of data, so it is acceptable. The data should not be large than 65,000, 535. Okay, the uh, next field is you can see in the flags. So please see fourth row. As you can see, there are different flags which are used in TCP. These are known as TCP flags. Okay, so there are different flags. There are total six flags. So the first flag is finish flag. Finish flag tells about when it is set to 1 or 0. So finish flag is set to 1 whenever the connection is terminated. Okay. Similarly, SYN flag is set to 1 whenever connection is to be established. Okay, as you can see in the diagram also, SYN flag is set to 1 whenever the connection is to be established between sender and receiver. Okay, so SYN flag will be 1 whenever the sender send the first packet. Okay, similarly SYN flag will be 1 whenever receiver send the first packet. Okay, SYN flag can be 1 or 0, but in this case SYN flag will be 1. Similarly for acknowledge when SYN flag is 1, and so SYN flag works with the sequence number. So sequence number is a number which which denotes from where to send the data, which byte number to send the data. It can be from sender and receiver. So both will identify from where we have to send the data. Starting byte in the RAM, okay, in the memory, starting byte. Okay, so next field is acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is set. Acknowledgement works with the acknowledgement number. Okay, acknowledgement means the next byte which is expecting by the sender or by the receiver. Next byte. For example, if a sender sends 521 byte number, so the next byte is 522. So receiver will send acknowledgement of 522, the next byte which is expected from the sender. Okay, so maximum acknowledgement number can be 2 to the power 32 minus 1. Okay, so whenever the acknowledgement is sent, ACK flag is set to 1, because ACK is a 1 bit number which can be 1 or 0. So ACK and acknowledgement number works parallelly. Similarly, SYN flag and sequence number works parallelly. Okay. Next bit is next bit is we will see about next is checksum. As I have already told, checksum is a error detection technique which is which works on transport layer. Okay, it is a mandatory field because TCP is connection oriented. So for to guarantee that the every segment is correct, we use checksum for error detection. Okay, it is a mandatory field in TCP and optional field in UDP. Okay, source port number, destination port number already discussed. It is a 16-bit number. Sequence number will tell from which byte the data will be sent from sender and receiver. Similarly, acknowledgement also the next byte expecting by the receiver. Okay, header length. Yeah. So next field is header length. Header length is of 4 bits. So TCP header minimum length is 20 bytes and maximum length is 60 bytes. Okay, so if a total packet size is 2 to the power 16 minus 1 65535, then the header part will be of, if the header part is 20 bytes, then maximum, and then the rest part is the data part 65535 minus uh, minus 20. Okay, that will part will be the data part. Okay, so header length uh, can be from 0 to 15 bits, but from 0 to 4 bit it is not used. From 5th bit it is used, and multiplier factor is of 4. Multiplier factor is 4. So 5th bit is used, and 5 into 4 is 20, which is a minimum header length, and 15 into 4 is 60, which is a maximum header length. Okay, so just you have to remember the values maximum and minimum. Okay, next is reserved value we have discussed. These are the reserved 6 bits are reserved for future use. Okay, we are not discussing about this because it is for future use. Okay, last one is urgent pointer. Sometimes the data is very urgent and we need to send it very urgently to the sender's application layer. So which part is urgent is being informed by urgent pointer. Which portion of the memory is urgent is informed by urgent pointer, and URG flag will be 1 whenever the urgent pointer is used. Okay, the packet, all the segments cannot be urgent, only the some packets are urgent, so which are sent to the sender's application layer. Whenever the packet is sent, URG flag is set to 1. Okay, URG flag can be 1 or 0, it is set to 1. Okay, you can read from the slides also. Urgent pointer, this fields is used to point to the data that is urgently required. Okay, that need to reach the receiving process as early as possible. Okay, so and this and SYN is a flag, ACK flag. Okay, so we have finished with this topic, and fin flag is used to finish the connection. Okay, whenever sender feels that connection is, I have already got all the data, so we need to terminate the connection, so it will send a request to terminate the connection. Okay, the last chunk of data can be sent in this packet. Okay, so fin flag is set to 1 whenever the whenever the connection is terminated. Okay, so we will be discussing all this in coming lectures also, about the three-way handshaking protocol, how the connection is established, all how the data is transferred, how the connection terminate. We will be studying in next lecture. Okay, the last one is reset flag. If the connection is if the sender sends some other data which was not being asked by the receiver, then the whole connection will be terminated, and when it happens, RST flag is set to 1. Okay, TCP feels that something went wrong, something wrong data is transferred from sender to receiver. Okay, so RST flag will be 1. Last one is urgent. Urgent we have discussed. Urgent pointer, whenever the data is urgent, the urgent flag is set to 1. Okay. Push flag is set to 1 whenever whenever there is a notification, whenever the data which have to be notified to the receiver. So push flag will be sent to 1. Just like when you are watching the YouTube videos and sometimes the advertisement came and without any buffering you can see the advertisements. So that can be an example of push flag where some data need to be sent immediately. Okay. Last one is options and padding. So it tells about the how many packets the sender can send, maximum packets the sender can send. Sender will tell about the window size and maximum segment size. So we will be dividing the both and we will get the total number of packets which a sender can send. Okay. So in the coming videos we will see how it will work. Okay. Thank you for watching.